Contracts come in many shapes and sizes. Some are wrapped up tightly in one document that contains every term and condition that the parties negotiate and agree to. Other contracts involve two or more documents or sources of terms and conditions that are binding on the parties. This tutorial addresses the latter, multi-tiered scenario specifically for customers who place a delivery order for commercial software under a DoD ESI BPA. There are three main tiers that form the contractual terms when placing an order under a DoD ESI BPA. First, we have the applicable GSA Federal Supply Schedule Contract, or FSS. Second is the ESI Blanket Purchase Agreement, or BPA. And third is the delivery order. In some cases, there is a fourth layer when an enterprise license has been negotiated and placed against the ESI BPA. We will now walk through each of these tiers. First, let's look at the GSA Federal Supply Schedule Contract, or FSS. Most GSA FSS contracts are awarded to resellers of software. Many times, more than one reseller is awarded a GSA schedule to sell a publisher's products. At the GSA level, the applicable sections and clauses from the Federal Acquisition Regulation, or FAR, are incorporated and made binding on the seller, as well as the General Services Acquisition Regulation, or GSAR. The most essential terms and conditions of the software license are captured in an End-User License Agreement, or EULA. Each publisher typically writes its own EULA for use by resellers authorized to sell the publisher's products. At the GSA level, the EULA is reviewed by the GSA Office of General Counsel prior to awarding a new Federal Supply Schedule contract, adding new software titles, or exercising a Federal Supply Schedule contract option. As discussed in separate tutorials, the software publisher is the owner of the intellectual property rights to the commercial software that is licensed to the government. Publishers are less likely to hold their own GSA schedule. However, there are certain contractual duties that the publisher should commit to perform, such as warranty, maintenance, grant of license terms, and derivative rights. More detailed information on each of these topics can be found in other tutorials in this EULA series. The publisher can become contractually obligated to the government in one of three ways. The first way a publisher can become contractually obligated to the government is for ESI to seek to have publishers sign EULAs to ensure privity for all promises in EULAs. The second way is for ESI to deal directly with resellers. ESI seeks to have the publisher sign the EULA along with the reseller. If the publisher will not sign the EULA, ESI seeks privity with the publisher for the key IP-related terms in a document signed by the publisher. The third way is if the publisher will not sign a document creating privity for intellectual property issues, ESI seeks to incorporate the publisher agreement with its resellers into the ESI EULA with the resellers. The second tier of key terms and conditions is the ESI BPA. At the BPA level, the applicable sections and clauses from the Defense Acquisition Regulation Supplement, or DFARS, are incorporated and made binding on the seller. The EULA is further negotiated by the DoD ESI team and is included in the BPA in a form that enhances the EULA in the GSA FSS. This may be accomplished through an addendum to the EULA in the GSA FSS, scrubbing and redlining the publisher's EULA, and incorporating the enhanced terms into the resultant BPA. According to the GSA, the BPA and the delivery order can enhance the terms and conditions in the FSS, but cannot contradict the FSS. Clarifying clauses and special requirements can be added to BPAs and delivery orders, provided that such additions do not conflict with the terms and conditions of the GSA FSS. The third tier of key terms and conditions is the delivery order. All the major DFARS clauses are addressed in the BPA. It is uncommon to include additional DFARS clauses at the order level. This is done by the government on a case-by-case basis. In addition to DFARS clauses, there may be supplemental clauses incorporated into the order specific to the military service or agency placing the order. Key EULA terms that are defined or negotiated in the delivery order include price per license, license quantity, license type, metric used, extended warranty, and intellectual property disclosures and indemnities. Please refer to Part 2 of the Structural Considerations tutorial for more information.